the truth. Welcome to the truth.
Welcome to T.D.T Talk, where we tell you
the damn truth.
Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie.
What up, co-host? How are you this evening?
I'm good. I am ready. Europe is saying what it do. Good.
Hey, y'all, look, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Tonight's show is brought to you by Stella Black Cherry. I've never had it before. I'm about to see what it's about.
And this episode is brought to you by what I said this was peach crown and some soda.
All right, there it is.
We need it, y'all, because look, so while Sharon's pouring her glass, y'all, baby. I know y'all watch the news. So go ahead, take a minute to like, comment, share with your friends. Get your people on the line. What it do, Ava?
Hey, Ava.
Yes. Get your friends on, because y'all, we gonna talk about some shit today that a lot of people really ain't talking about from a mental health perspective. A lot of people ain't talking about it because this is a topic that's very taboo, to say the least. And we're here for it. T.D.T is the damn truth. We gonna tell you the damn truth, whether you like us or you don't. It's okay. What we talk about today may be triggering for some of you viewers. We request 15 cc's of alcohol so you can build a bridge to get the fuck over it, okay? We all got an opinion.
Cheers. Welcome to T.D.T Talk, where we tell you
the damn unapologetically the America KKK fucked up truth. Go ahead. All that.
Oh my. Y'all, look, this is not what we were going to originally talk about tonight. Nope. But such a groundbreaking event has happened. We couldn't help but talk about it. I mean, Carl, I'm ready to get into it. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, make sure y'all join us in the comments. Let us know you here. Give us a what's up and hey. So my thing is this, okay? Roe versus Wade overturned this week at some point, whenever it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it all started last year, was it? I caught wind of it last
2 years ago.
Okay, so 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole court case. It's already been decided. Why are they still bothering with it? There's no way they're going to be able to do anything with it anyway. So what is the problem? Like, why are they even making this such a big deal? That's because I'm ignorant to how all of these laws and repeals and whatever and ever in the court cases, how they can be overturned. And hey, Vanessa. So I'm like, at first I was like, oh, they sat there and they really did it. Hey, Donna. I was like, they really did this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. It was so important to some people that they fought this thing since when was it originally?
This was 1973.
1973. Okay. I can say that they've been fighting this my entire life. I remember when they were fussing about it in the 80s, definitely in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely ridiculous. I am all about the mind your business law. If we enact the mind your business law, we won't have to worry about any of this stuff that goes on. But Carl, I just want to start off because I'm trying to do my research, trying to understand how did it even get overturned, and I really just a couple of things. And I just wanted to briefly just share. So a repeal, I was like, okay, what's this, a repeal? What was it, So it says a repeal is the removal or reversal of a law. So there's two basic types. A repeal with a reenactment is used to replace the law with an updated, amended, or otherwise related law, or a repeal without replacement so as to abolish its provisions altogether. Then it says a typical situation where an act is repealed and reenacted is where the law is in the area, is where the law in the area is being updated, but the law being repealed needs to be replaced with one suitable for the modern era. So while I was doing my research, I noticed that the Civil Rights Act 19, I think the first one was 73, 64. Oh, okay, 64.
64.
There was a whole nother amended one in 1991. I was in probably about the 9th, 10th grade, maybe. So I vaguely remember that one. But I'm like, okay, so the Civil Rights Act, why in 1991 are we still having to add to this act that gives Black people basic rights just to live and be left the heck alone in America? Like, we still updating acts.
Yep.
And then obviously we're overturning court decisions as well. So I don't know, and I'm going to lean on you, co-host, tonight to educate us all. But I'm just wondering, was Roe versus Wade, was it ever a law? Because I do see that some states have their own abortion laws or rights, you know. Some states went along with the federal agreement by the Supreme Court, and some kind of didn't do either.
That part, they mind their business.
Yeah. But I'm in the great state of North Carolina. Same color as your shirt.
You let me know when you're ready, co-host. You let me know.
We went with the federal decision. So this overturning of Roe versus Wade affects me in my state. Now, there are some situations where, so I'll be very transparent. Plan B, I'm for Plan B, right? You take it 24 hours after you had a little late night, too much fun, you know. Take 24 hours, you know, ain't nothing even really hit each other to make nothing yet. It's nothing there, you know, but it's going to cause you to, I can't get the words together for what it causes you to do, but it brings on your cycle, right? So, you know, everything, but literally in that short amount of time, that's where the debate is. Is it a human? Is it cells? What is it? In some cases, nothing. In some cases, what was it? Oops, wasn't going to turn into anything anyway.
That part.
You're just being careful, you know? So I'm okay with Plan B. I was not okay with some states allowing the abortions to be done so late in the pregnancy, unless it was some type of medical issue. I actually had medical issues late in my pregnancy, but I was able to go into the hospital, lay on my left side for a whole entire month. But it was almost a me or my kids situation, where I would have had to have decided had it been earlier. You know, I was far enough along. They still came premature, but I was far enough along to where that month in the hospital got them to where they needed to be, and I could go ahead and have them early, and everybody was still safe. But there are medical issues. There are things that come up where a woman can lose her life if she goes ahead and continue the pregnancy. You know, so I don't feel like things like that were taken into consideration. I do believe that for life and death situations, it should have still been allowed. But other than those type situations, I'm a Plan B girl. If you're not responsible to take your behind to the CVS or the Walgreens within 24 hours, and I think it's like 72 or something, they give you some days. But I'm like, you know what you did last night. Get your behind in there in 24 hours and okay. And then that's all we would need unless there is a life or death situation down the line. So I was kind of, I was never on board with them telling us what to do and overturning it.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like us having that right gave us the ability to make the decision for ourselves, which is what
Mm-hmm.
women should have, the ability to make this decision for ourselves. I was just praying that people would be more responsible now that we have new methods like Plan B. We didn't have Plan B back in 1973. We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
Plan B back then, but we have it now. And you can be more responsible, make a more responsible choice, not wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but go ahead and make that choice within the first day or two. And everything's okay before anything is developed. Okay. And everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is my spiel. So Carl, where we at? Where we at?
So y'all, you know me. I like a good history. I
Mm.
like to learn a little something and teach y'all along the way. So let me bring you some knowledge. So when Roe versus Wade was originally established, it was a preventative measure to decrease the population within the Black community. It
Oh.
was their way to ensure that we stayed the minority. That's honestly why the Roe versus Wade is such a prolific movement, because that was their way of keeping a leash on us.
Mm.
That was their way of ensuring we knew our place and we stayed in the confines of our pre-designated area.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, Carl, can I have you pause right there? Can we
mhm,
get to the comments? Because Ava brought up a very good comment based on what I said. So really quickly, pause. LaSwain said it started to keep Black population low. Okay, so he's talking about what you're talking about. History's
mhm,
repeating itself. Things are about to get weird. Ugh. It's not
yeah,
about the parties. They just want you to think it is. All right. Even if they wait, it's their decision. So true. I'm with you.
mhm,
Can't put your ideals on others. That's why we are in the situation we are in now. So true.
mhm.
It's not only about an oops night. What about a rape? Exactly. So we have
So,
those
Ava,
situations as
I'm,
well.
I'm coming to you, baby. I'm
Yeah.
coming to you.
I
I
didn't
just
mean
I
to
want to
miss
get
that one.
y'all. Yes, I want to get you guys where I need you to be so you guys can really
Yeah.
begin to understand the importance of this, because this isn't just about a law being overturned. And
Mhm.
history, Swain said it himself, history is repeating itself. And it's repeating itself because many individuals do not know the origin. Everything has an origin, everything has a backstory. Roe versus Wade, you guys, 49 years ago, 49 years ago, okay? That's how long ago this law was passed.
Mhm.
Some of us that some of us are that age. I'm personally not, but some of us are. Some of us are actually younger than that age. So our parents, our mamas, daddies, grandmas, aunties, cousins, and them, they were around when this was passed. So I wanted to give you guys a little backstory again, because a lot of y'all may have been up in arms because, oh my God, my rights, blah, 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 but you don't know exactly what it stemmed from. So Roe versus Wade was a 1973 lawsuit that has famously led the Supreme Court making and ruling of abortion rights. Jane Roe, an unmarried pregnant woman, filed suit on behalf of herself and others to challenge Texas's abortion laws. A Texas doctor joined Roe's lawsuit, arguing that the state abortion laws were too vague for doctors to follow. He had previously been arrested for violating the statutes. So he was helping his patients and got in trouble because we already know a lot of laws are you can do this. Well, can I do this on a Saturday or can I do this on a Tuesday? The laws have a lot of gray areas that politicians play in. That's why there's so much corruption in our justice system, because laws, everybody feels laws are black and white. Let me be the first one to tell you, my first degree is in criminal justice. Laws are never black and white. Laws are gray. And depending on if you are a defendant or a prosecutor, that's your black and white. Because one feels that you should know better, the other one is like, we didn't know. That's your black and white. but laws themselves are gray, period. So the one thing that I found really interesting was the Supreme Court's radical decision to overturn Roe versus Wade represents a dangerous Christian nationalization of American laws and kicks open the door for future reversals of the rights to contraception, the rights to marry whomever you deem, and even the right to teach your children a language of choice. So the title today, Sharon, can you pull up our nice little flyer?
Oh, let me grab that. Let me grab that right here. Uh-huh.
Yes, land of the free and home of the brave, my ass. And y'all know I love a good title. I love something good that's gonna catch your attention. You can take it away. You can take it away. I love something that's gonna catch your attention because we have so many people in other countries that want to come to America, but does not understand what America was built on. The fact that Roe versus Wade was overturned is one hell of a slap, not only to women, not only to women, because now the government is telling you that we can do whatever the fuck we want to do, and you're going to obey what we say. So the even greater slap is the fact, y'all, and I'm gonna just read a few little things because I love knowledge. Knowledge. So if Roe versus Wade was overturned, that's a law. That was a constitutional law.
It was. Yeah.
That was a constitutional law, y'all. That wasn't just on a federal and state, that was constitutional, which means Brown versus the Board of Education. And there's been talks about that as well. And for those of you that are watching and those of you that watch in the future, they don't teach a lot of this stuff in school. But Brown versus the Board of Education was a landmark decision of the United States Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the U.S. state laws establishing racial segregation in public schools are unconstitutional, even if the segregated schools are otherwise equal in quality. That was another constitutional law. Y'all, that was a 2-year ruling. It started December 9th, 1952 to May 17th, 1954. That was 68 years ago. My grandma was in school at that time. Okay, so that's another constitutional law.
Let's get into some of these comments. Donna says, Carl, you are thinking like me. Their population is decreasing, which means they are losing power. I got a question back on way too. If I am not mistaken, Hispanics are increasing in number. They are. They do not want to lose power.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the crazy thing is now that it is overturned, men are running to get a vasectomy. Say what? And women are trying to get the tubes tied. Okay. So are they going to outlaw those too?
And it is, and because you asked that, Vanessa, let's keep it right there. It's a possibility.
We got you, boo.
It's a possibility because you have to think anything that involves a licensed practice, be it therapists, be it doctors, nurses, there are certain guidelines and protocols that we have to follow to make sure we are in compliance with our license. If not, that means we are now in jeopardy of losing said license. So, what is that? Tubalization, vasectomies?
Yeah.
That's a luxury. That's something that they can abolish. That's something that they can say is no longer in effect. Let's think about diagnoses, y'all. Back in the day, what was it called, Sharon? Not autistic spectrum. They were not Down syndrome. Asperger's. Everybody had Asperger's until professionals showed that there was no proof in that. However, from that, they took it away and introduced the autistic spectrum. Everything has a shelf date. Everything is possible to be removed from practice. Just think about dentures. Dentures back in the day is not the same way they are now. These teeth now look like you grew them. But they abolished those previous practices, like that's not safe. And y'all got to think it's population control, just like you said. It is statistical facts that African Americans, Hispanics, we will not be the minority within the next 10 to 15 years. And honestly, the way it's looking with all these little hybrid children, these little pretty mulattoes, it may be a lot sooner than that.
Absolutely. It's the mixed race that's going to be
Yeah.
the majority. It's not going to be black or white. It's going to be the
Mhm.
mixed race. But because, we still 3/4 black, we're going to call it black, right?
That part.
But Swain says if people can change their genders like they can change their draws, why can't women decide what they want to do with their bodies when it comes to pregnancy? But Swain,
Amen.
it's nobody's business but mine.
Mm-hmm.
Swain says, how is it that all these old people are still in office, okay, but wouldn't be able to get a job at Walmart because they aren't mentally capable? We have senior citizens running this country. Carl, we talked about this. How
We
is
sure
it that
have.
these old white men they get to be up there until death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to die out of the Supreme Court. Your old mind sitting up here making decisions on my life,
That
this
part.
Is crazy. This is strongly believe that they make it into office because they made a deal and they have to fulfill the deal before they die,
Mm-hmm.
And here we have foolishness like this that has occurred. So Donna,
That
if you
part.
are married, you cannot get your tubes tied unless your husband agrees. What?
And that's even funnier because, yeah, so to go on to that, Donna, they even have it to where they will not allow women to get their tubes tied until they've either had a child, at least one, or have reached a certain age.
Okay, so I had my children at 32,
Mm-hmm.
twins, and I knew I did not want any more. And I begged my doctor for the entire 9 months. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wait. I said, please tie my tubes. I was on the table. He had told me no. He was like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't. I was in Georgia. Georgia state law prohibited him from doing a tubal ligation for any woman who has only had one pregnancy, although I
Mm-hmm.
had it only counted as one until I was 36. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so in Georgia, I could have gotten it done at 36.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I'm on the table. I was like, look, you already in there. Go ahead and
Yeah.
cut, please. You
Just
have my.
snip it.
And he
Yep.
was like, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
These doctors cannot break the laws. Like, we can't break the laws. We have to follow the laws to the T, and it's ridiculous. I don't care if I'm 33. I don't want no more kids, okay?
That part.
Go and cut them, take them out. Thank you. It's my body. I should be able to tell you what to do with my organs.
Exactly. So look, we're gonna come back to some comments. I love this. Keep it going. We coming back. So look, y'all, on June 26, 2015, y'all, that was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the Supreme Court held in a 5-4 decision that the 14th Amendment requires all states to grant same-sex marriages and recognize same-sex marriages granted in other states. The court overruled its prior decision in Baker versus Nelson, which the Sixth Circuit had invoked as a precedent. Y'all, it was only 7 years ago
that was Obama, right?
That was the Obama era. It was only 7 years ago that gay individuals were able to receive the same rights as heterosexuals. Okay? The same love, the same joy, the same heartbreak, the same anger, the same frustration. Hell, don't just keep it all for us.
On the wedding.
Let's share the wealth. Y'all get to feel the pain too. But y'all, this goes deeper than a lot of people really begin to understand. The fact, and I said it a long time ago when COVID first hit, COVID showed us that the government has more control than what we think they do.
Mind control or actual control?
Actual control.
Okay.
definitely mind control too, because they're going to use fear campaigns, and they're going to entice that immediate urge, that immediate. Y'all, look at how COVID started. We initially blamed China. Everybody hated China because this is where it stemmed from. Y'all was the reason for this,
I
that
ain't
fear mongering mentality.
I knew it was a lie. I ain't had no problem with China.
I ain't have none. They still make good hair products. Love them, love them, love them. But y'all, this goes deeper. The fact that you overturned a law that protected women.
Mm-hmm.
Women. It didn't matter your socioeconomic stance, your mental stability, none of that. It protected a woman's right. The fact that we know the land of the free, home of the brave, my ass, there are some depraved individuals that need mental health services. There are some depraved individuals that need to be locked down. There are some depraved individuals that need to be monitored. So we know that women are not just these beautiful creatures that God created. These women are vulnerable. These women are taken advantage of against their will. There's women that are raped. There's incest. There's women that are coerced, drugged, abused. And you mean to tell me
Yeah.
that you decided, Mr. White Man sitting on a podium, and Justice Clarence Thomas the third, 15th, whoever your black tail is,
Uncle Tom,
y'all decided,
who's he?
Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom Foolery,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
y'all decided that this was okay to tell a woman that they can't get an abortion. Then let's go a little deeper. Let's this woman was never raped. This woman was never sexually abused by her uncle, cousin, none of them. None of that. She had a night of excitement, and the condom broke.
Woke
Y'all
up,
all have been there.
woke up
The con-
smelling
yeah,
like regret and shame and guilt.
yeah. On a long Uber drive back home, like, yo, that hit a little different. And you mean to tell me she decides, you know what? I need to have an abortion. I cannot physically take care of this child. I am mentally not in a place to raise myself, let alone another human being. I'm not financially stable. I'm still living in my mama basement. I'm still borrowing her car. A child is a lot of responsibility. I'm grateful that we had our child at 31, but damn, I don't think I was ready then either. These appointments ain't shit. Okay, you want to see them in 15 days, 14 weeks. You need a 6-month checkup, a 3-week checkup. Let's check that. That's a lot of shit to be checking on one person. But you want me to spend, and then gas is $17 and half a kidney now, and you want me to take this little crumb snatcher to all these appointments? Then let's go a little deeper because I need to talk to y'all. I need some healing. Then
Mm.
the law is so screwed up that it allows a woman, as long as a woman identifies that she is struggling without a man's presence, they will damn near give her the world. You can get Section 8, you can get food stamps, you can get WIC, you can get medical. The moment you identify that you got a capable man, oh, they snatching them resources. Something vicious. We always want to talk about equality and rights, mental health with this. This is the messed up part when it comes to mental health. What about the men that step up and raise their children? The mama didn't want the child, but the dad was like, yo, give me my son, our daughter. I will raise that child. You don't have to worry, yada, yada, yada. But we want to go get the same services and help because we want to make sure that our child isn't suffering or wanting for anything. And y'all give us the bare minimum, 1 can of milk. Y'all give us $15 for some Pampers, just basic necessities and essential things. The system is rigged against men.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, now you have overturned a ruling to let women know we don't give a damn how you feel. What you gonna do is keep this child. And what you gonna do is continue to struggle. Y'all know that the when it comes to foster care, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And that's one thing that I really feel is really affecting a lot of people's mental is this is anxiety. This is depression. And then let's not talk about when you have the child, that fosters resentment because I didn't want you. That choice was taken away from me. So now we have to help young mothers with postpartum ready to sling their child over a balcony, but you forced me to have this kid that I didn't want. Like
Okay,
there's levels to this.
let's get into some of these comments because y'all blowing my mind over here. Ava says, so if the government says have the babies, are they going to raise wages, control inflation, provide affordable health care, quality daycare, education, etc.?
Hell no.
I'm gonna say no.
Hell no.
They're not. LaSwain, no one should control our rights. Exactly. I should be in charge of doing whatever I feel like I want to do and make that responsible decision for myself or irresponsible decision, whatever I want to do. It's my business. LaSwain says they want to stop gay marriage, but will let people change their sex. America, some weird shit. You
Amen.
know, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about it like that, but that is a good point. Like literally, you can change your sex on your birth certificate in some states. I know New York was the first state. Like if I was born a male, but I identify as a female now, I can legally change it on my birth certificate to say female. And I'm like, nobody should care that much as you know, if you're a female or male. Like there shouldn't be laws in place to, you know, stop you from getting whatever rights you have. That's why you feel like you need to do this legally. It's nobody business but your own. All this document changing and stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Swain, there needs to be a change of the guard with younger people running this. All right. Uncle Day. Call him Uncle Tom anymore. We got to call him Uncle Day.
Uncle Day.
Pronouns. Use your pronouns. LaSwain, they didn't do all these checks back in the day and people were fine. I know. Look, the babies, we ain't have to send them to the doctor as much as they do now. It's all about money. It's the paper trail.
Man.
Are referred to as birthing people now, like they are cattle. What?
Yeah, they are not calling. They're saying mother is too insensitive. They are birthing people, birthing units, or something like that.
Stop. What is insensitive about calling me a mother? I'm confused. What's wrong with that word? What's wrong with mother?
That part.
I'm so confused by that.
Gotta love America, KKK.
Somebody can make it make sense. Let me read this again. Birthing people, don't call. Look, let me tell you something. Don't wish me a happy birthing people day. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, I am somebody's mother. Okay, animals have parents, mamas, and daddies. What are they doing?
That part.
In order to get to Earth, I don't care what you identify as. Okay. In order to get to Earth, you have to have a woman body part and you have to have a male body part. And even if you do it, okay, let me take the body part away. You have to have an egg and you got to have some semen, or it's not
that part.
Because you can do it in the lab nowadays, but it's still, you got to come from a woman and it's got to come from a man, or you're not making it to Earth. So, I mean, it's going a little bit too far.
So, you know, Tupac was very much ahead of his time. How many of y'all know that Keep Your Head Up by Tupac? Anybody? Please put up, like the video if you know Tupac's Keep Your Head Up. I'm just going to wait. I just want to wait 1 minute.
While we're waiting, Naisha says, well, not everyone that has babies can qualify as mother. And
Amen.
that's largely referred to for surrogates. But the birthing people are, come on. That's just unkind. Call somebody birthing people.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Well.
So, y'all, Tupac had put in this song, and when you know what makes me unhappy, when brothers making babies and leave a young mother to be a pappy, and since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, and why do we hate our women. I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women and be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that hate the ladies that make the babies. And
Man.
since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So, will
Mhm.
the real men get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. I'll be hot damn if this song ain't prolific to what's going on right now. How
Yes.
can you tell somebody to hold a being in their belly? It baffles me, y'all. And we want to sit here and get pissy. Let me talk to you, mother lovers, at this moment, okay?
Acknowledge our people who knew the song. Naisha, they say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the
The
juice.
sweeter the juice. Hey, you know it. But y'all, let me just talk to y'all real quick because see,
Okay, hold on. Swain says white women use that song to plead their case, but left out when he was talking to black women.
that
Did
part.
that really happen?
Yeah. They've been quoting parts of that song, but not in its entirety.
I
And
need
this
to
is the part that I'm talking about, y'all. It pisses me off because we want to get huffy and puffy and we want to get united when they attack us. That's when we want to stand united. But y'all be so ignorant and caught up in TikTok videos and y'all want to get caught up in the newest trend and y'all negate specific instances that put these retarded, excuse me, that put these special individuals
spits.
into power.
Yes.
The primary elections,
Y'all done made
the
me read.
midterm elections, y'all, the city council. And what y'all got to begin to realize is the poor little boy that got bullied and beat up in school is now an officer that
Yes.
just got promoted to chief. The people that are sitting in positions of Supreme Court were the little cornballs
Mhm.
that, they had a crush on the popular girl. She didn't give him a time of day. And the time he was like, you know what, I'll get your ass. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to make every popular, fine looking woman like you suffer. We keep allowing individuals to be in a place of power from from their origin being that of trauma.
Mm.
But we want to continue to sit here and point blame, and we can only be united when somebody else dies, when another unarmed black man is shot. And the funny thing that I really find out about this is these white women are on a rampage.
Oh, I know. Look, they mad about this one. They fought hard for that.
And again, we're not seeing the severity of the situation because we know change only comes when our
Allies
allies
stand
join
up.
us.
Yes.
But why does it take your rights to be infringed upon before? Oh no. Because see, a black woman, there's rules and regulations when you get in the boudoir with a black woman. A, don't touch their hair. Do not touch their hair. If the scarf is on, there will be no rodeo. You're not riding no cowgirl. Period. Also, black women are very y'all, when I talk about black women, I'm talking from the sense that that's the race that I've only messed with. Okay, I can't talk about sleeping with a white woman because I ain't did it. You know, Salma Hayek. Had I not been married, I'd have went down them waters, but I didn't. So I know my black women. I know my black wife. But there's certain things, they put the condoms on. There's preparation. And we want to sit here and get so upset. Y'all getting upset about the wrong thing. What you need to be upset about is they overturned a constitutional right. That's what should scare your ass. That's
Exactly.
the Miranda rights. The right that they remain silent, shut show ass up. That right was put into place to protect people
Yeah.
because they was getting okey doke. So if they were able to tell you that you now have no decision on if you're gonna keep that baby or not, now you have the right to remain silent. Psych, keep talking.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna use all of this against you in the court of law. Brown versus the Board of Education, segregation, y'all. This was not that long ago. The Jim Crow era, when it came to these laws, were not that long ago. Y'all want to sit here and fight for it all. Don't
Yes.
sit here and pick and choose when you want to fight the good fight. The government has never been built for the people, but it's we the people. That's how the Constitution starts. We the people. We have the right for change. We have the voice to make a difference, but we don't. We only start kicking up dirt when it affects us, when it affects your daughter who was raped, when it affects your daughter who had a baby out of wedlock and you don't want your name to be tarnished because little Tanya Nika was throwing it back in the Escalade.
Mm-mm.
That, go ahead, Shara. Read some of these things.
LaSwain said Pac had to dip off because he was too smart. He was. So I'm gonna have to check TikTok because I did not know. LaSwain says we don't vote, they can't do anything. So true. If we stay together and not fight like they want us to, the world would change. And that is so true. So just for a second, I participate and I advocate for local elections. I participate in campaigns because I think it's very important that we vote starting on the local level. You have to vote for your city councilman. You have to vote for your sheriff. You have to vote for all of these things that happen in your local city because these people lead to who your governor. Okay, so now we have the governor. You need to vote for that joker too because he's up here making decisions. And then we get Congress and Senate. You need to vote for all of these and not just wait for the presidential election. And we have this big voter push every 4 years. You need to be voting every year. There's an election happening. You need to be voting in the first one, which is the primary, and the second one, which is the final election. So we need to be more involved on a local level, not just waiting for every 4 years. Our people are too comfortable in their captivity. Boy, you just said a word.
The whole message.
Put that on a t-shirt and wear it. Our people are too comfortable in their captivity. Yeah, it's like they gave us a couple of breadcrumbs. First of all, Jim Crow lasted way too long.
Way too long.
How do we go from being whole slaves to, 2 years later, Juneteenth, when everybody finally figured it out, which is a mess.
And that was 1865. The Jim Crow era began in 1865.
Exactly. We go right into Jim Crow. So you can come off the plantation, but the rules ain't changed. You can leave now, but now I'm gonna charge you to leave. I know you ain't got nowhere to go, so I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna make you work and pay me back, and then I'm gonna tax that and put interest on it. So you're never gonna get out of owing me credit cards. Okay, people want credit card debt. It's the new slavery. Okay, it was old. So, they keep reinventing ways to keep us down and we keep falling for it over and over and over again. But Jim Crow was ridiculous. They're dragging us out of our homes, as they please, hanging us from trees. Like this stuff went on too long before we decided enough was enough. And then we get civil rights movement way in 1960. Well, I think it started in the 50s, the late 50s. That's too long. That was 100 years, almost 100 years where we did nothing after 400 years, just because they gave us the ability to come off the plantation. They gave us the ability to, you can get a job now. We're still going to put all of these ridiculous restraints on you, but we're going to give you just a little inch and you feeling like you're free.
Yep.
No.
Every time.
Civil rights happened. They killed Martin Luther King because he got a clue that what he was doing, we needed to switch that up. He was about to change the game. They got rid of him. And we got stuck right there being slaves again.
Yep. And it's all the mindset. It's, y'all, there's two sides to every coin. It's two sides. And Martin Luther King and LaSwain, MLK fucked us over and he knew it. When he tried to fix it, they killed him. Because look, there's the good versus the evil. And oftentimes, y'all, we need to take the verses out. It's not one against the other. You need one to explain the other to justify that reason. Martin
Yeah.
Luther King was peaceful. He marched his ass until he had blisters. Cool, appreciate you. Who's and however, nobody was listening. It
But it
made
wasn't
national headline, yes, but no one was listening.
it wasn't
Malcolm X
with
came. You said what?
it wasn't just that with MLK. MLK was having private conversations with Lyndon Johnson or whoever. I believe that was the president at the time. He was
Hmm.
having private conversations in the White House, making deals on Black people's behalf.
Yep.
All right, well, we won't burn things down if you just give us this.
Yep.
We should have burned things down, if that's what it took. We
And the
should
messed up part, you sitting here having conversation. That's what Black people, Father, in the name of Jesus, we come to you humbled. We need to stop allowing individuals to speak on our behalf. My socioeconomic status, my struggles are different than Kanye's, are
absolutely.
different from Kamala Harris, which, by the way, we ain't seen her ass. So I'm kind of really starting to feel like she's a damn virtual simulator. I ain't
Hologram.
a
Kamala
hologram
is a
because
hologram. I
I
ain't
ain't
seen her.
seen her. Ain't seen her ass. But we allow people to speak on our behalf and then get screwed when things don't go the way. Martin Luther King, yes, was making deals on our behalf, sleeping with a white woman, all this stuff, Black power, this, that, and the third. But Malcolm X was telling you, nah, we gonna have to fight for ours. That talking is cute. It looked good on paper, but we have to fight for that change. And that's what Black people don't do. We are so content, complacent. We are so well trained into thinking that this is all we are meant to do, be, and obtain. We've been conditioned. School is a joke. I still ain't used no damn geometry when it comes to mental health. I don't know how that equation would
I,
help me with a client.
I have not used geometry in mental health, but I have used it in the pool hall, and it was fruitful. Okay. Yeah.
That part.
Let's get into these comments. Rocky, what up, Rocky? Rocky
Hey,
says,
Rocky.
remember in NC, we have to have an ID to vote. There is a governor or mayor that said he can't wait for Brown versus Board of Education to be overturned. I believe it. I believe it. Naisha, I just want to say NC Ted Bud is really on the roster. Who is he? We got to do better together everywhere. I got to look him up. I don't know who he is. Y'all need to I need to watch CNN at least once a week to get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Not just vote, but attend local city meetings. Use your voice. Absolutely. Can I say, ladies, thank y'all for keeping me on point tonight. Let me tell you, I can't remember it all in the moment, but thank you for helping me to not forget about rape victims and trafficking, every other thing that women go through. Thank you for helping me to remember these local meetings. We need to be up in the school board meetings, okay?
That part.
Like the soccer moms. LaSwain, y'all think voting will help? It's all a part of the construct. Okay.
I want to stop there. I want to stop there. Because Swain, you on to something. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you why he's on to something.
But we need to do something. We need to show effort. If we get on the page and show effort, they can't deny the numbers in the effort. But I already know what Swain talking about, and he's right. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Because y'all, it's real cute to vote. But former President Chester Cheeto showed us that things can be altered. Things can be altered.
Bush stole the election. The first or the second time?
Wasn't it the second?
He beat Gore. He did not beat Gore. He took the election because they needed him in power at that time to do what they needed to do. I think for 9/11, but it was for other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But this lets you guys know, and I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but behind every word there truth lies. Truth lies behind every word.
Not a conspiracy. They try to make us think reality is a conspiracy. It is not.
Mm-hmm. We have the surface, which would be the Supreme Courts, that'd be the presidents. And for people that really think that that's where change happens, no, the president got somebody else to answer to. Mm-hmm. There's someone else that makes those decisions. So voting, yeah, that'll help. But it's when we turn up and turn out. and not in the sense of the title that they've casted us to. They assume we're going to be the angry Black woman. They title us to be the disgruntled Black man. We need to show something different. Instead of causing a divide, pro Malcolm X, pro Martin Luther King, it's 2022. Let's marry both of those ideas and move forward. We need someone that understands the bottom and made their way to the top. And we need to have a collective that speaks for the Black people, not just one person that was raised in the ghetto, ain't been in the ghetto for the past 30 damn years. The ghetto's changed, it's upgraded, they've remixed it. You don't understand what it's like. Baby, I don't even live in the ghetto no more. I'm close to the street, but I'm far enough to get in my vehicle and leave. Like, I could pop in, I ain't gonna get shot because I know my lingo and I know my respect and the pecking order. Don't get it twisted, I'll fight you in the streets. But when the sun goes down, my Black ass is getting back to the area code that's meant for me.
Exactly.
Why? Because I knew I didn't like it in the ghetto. I knew that when you see roaches gang banging in your sink,
but
when you got to sit below the window sill because bullets like to play Russian roulette and dodgeball, you see, I knew that I wasn't built for that life. God, he made me darker because I'm fine as hell. I'm fine. For a big mother sucker, I'm fine.
Chocolate.
But God knew. Chocolate. But God knew that I should not have been in the ghetto. But he allowed me to be in the ghetto to understand this ain't the life for me.
Yep. Carl, look, we used to do intensive in-home, right? And we had to go in these homes no matter where they were located. There was a home I had to go to, right? And the roaches were so bad, they were outside on the porch, all up in our business. We trying to have a whole session on the porch. The roaches outside trying to join. I was like, you did not sign a consent. Go about your business, right? Oh my gosh, they were so bad. They were out on the porch trying to join. Now, I do not apologize for my dad doing what he needed to do and my mother doing what they needed to do so that I could grow up out here in the suburbs in a middle-class neighborhood, okay? I do not apologize for it for 1 second, okay? But I did spend time, in the inner city, so I knew what it was. And, I thank God that we were blessed and fortunate enough for me to go back to the suburbs at night where the opportunities were a lot better. But I don't apologize for it.
I'm with you. It be like that, y'all. And we really need to dismantle the subcultures within our culture. Because everybody we're divided. We're divided now. Can I go kick it in the trap house? Hell yeah, I can. Do I want to be there? Not really. Not really. Because if I hear a gunshot, I'm going to be the one that turned into a trans white woman and fell on the ground and started screaming. They shot me and I may not have been hit. That's just me, but we have to. Hell, you can be trans everything else. I'm already identified as trans slender, so why not be trans white when emergency arrives?
When did you become trans slender? I did not know.
2020. I identify as trans slender.
Look at that, y'all. I'm about to hang up on him. Okay.
I'm just saying, because everybody else want to be trans something. They had, female to male, male to female, and mine is fat to slim. So I'm trans slender.
Did you change it on your driver's license?
Hell yeah. Don't call me obese. Don't call me big boned. I am trans slender, damn it, and you will respect it. Just saying. Just saying.
Let's get in these comments because I'm done. I'm done.
Everybody else is doing something. I'm doing it too.
All right, so Ava, yes, we're gonna get into these school board meetings. Swain, I already know. Rocky, I agree. Ava, I believe everyone over the age of 18 should know about their local government. Absolutely.
Amen.
I mean, the government, no matter the level, is like religion. Ooh, I'm meant to divide. So true.
Ooh.
So true.
Okay. So very true. Very true.
I'd honestly rather we stayed segregated. Oh, that's a word. I'd honestly rather we stayed segregated so we could band together. Why do we need to be equal to white people? We had doctors, professors, nurses. We had this in our own communities. We had
Show
black
did
all over the country, not just the two they tell you about.
that part.
The black people in Wilmington, North Carolina ran the city. It was a predominantly black city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so read up on the history of Wilmington, and then the only city that had a coup in this entire country in its existence. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
threw us in the river and ran us out of town. But yeah, Swain, you know, I look back on the time when it was segregation, although it was during the era of Jim Crow. Had it not been the Jim Crow laws and we were just segregated, right? We
Mm-hmm.
did all of our own. We had our own everything and we were thriving as a people. The only reason why we were not thriving on a very, very large scale with everyone included is because of the Jim Crow laws.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the divide between socioeconomic statuses. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they created welfare, you know, place us in the projects. And then
Mm-hmm.
those in that sector, right? It was a setup every set of the way. But Swain, the price of freedom is death. Malcolm X. All right. Donna
Second that.
She was laughing at your crazy self with the translator. I am done. Donna, I am done. I'm Ava, Vanessa, I'm done.
I'm just saying. Shit.
Donna
That's how I
says,
identify.
watch the school board meetings. They will change the agenda during the meeting so that you will miss important issues. How can you change and approve the agenda?
They sure can.
Of order.
Sure can. And have and will continue.
If they vote on it, they can. Naisha says, Translinda took me this. Naisha, when I tell you I started to hang up in the show right there, I cannot. But Swain, nah. Had we fought back, we would have still had it. Okay. Rocky, nah, my people, my black people, sometimes we are crabs in a bucket more times than often. I don't want to be segregated. You know, we got to get over that. See, and that's the thing. We have to see ourselves as one people and cut that crabs in a bucket mess out because it is a real thing. Don, I had to do it for my assignment and found this out. Wow.
And that's the scary part. We have, and that's kind of what I was talking about with the subcultures within our own culture. I can see the positives of being where we were still segregated. But who's and however, everything must evolve, everything must change. If it wasn't for the segregation, our family values wouldn't have been what it was. We learned how to appreciate certain things that other cultures really do not appreciate or even take reverence to it in the same token that we do. And that's what I feel like, that crab in the bucket mentality. I really hate it because I don't feel like it's a crab in a bucket mentality. It's a envious mentality that doesn't want to see someone else get better. So it's sabotage. We've been conditioned. See, but crab in the bucket mean everybody gonna do the same damn thing. I'll sabotage your ass a lot different than you would sabotage me. I'm gonna get you to your core. I'm attack your mama. I'm attack your bloodline. So it's different. That crab in the bucket, the crab in the barrel or the bucket, however you want to slice and dice it. We have to stop accepting the labels that are given to us. It's not really a crab in the bucket mentality, but that's what we're forced to believe. Everybody has an opinion, and rather than hearing someone else's opinion and validating it as their opinion, we want to be like, nah, you're wrong, because this is what I know. This is what I heard. And that's what fucks us up every time.
And
every time.
Sometimes I think it just is what it is. Like exactly what you explained from the beginning. Have you ever been crabbing? Have you ever seen crabs in a bucket or a barrel?
I've seen they ass. I don't do this shit. I go to Walmart, get me some crabs. I'll stand at the ocean. I don't even like water like that.
Stop it. So we used to go to Snow's Cut and crab. So whenever you put these crabs in the bucket to take them home, they're pulling. So one is trying to make it out, and one will come behind it and pull it down and throw himself up. and they keep doing the same thing, pulling self down, pull one down that's almost made it to the top, throw themselves up. So they trying to make it to the top, and they pull each other down every single time. None of them make it out the bucket, okay, or the barrel, because they're constantly pulling the one in front of them down so that they can get in front of them. So I
So
think
wouldn't that be survival?
it's a very surface analogy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's, I don't want you to get out before me because I'm trying to get out, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Or if I'm down here, I'm gonna pull you down here too. You know, you gonna be down here with me. You ain't getting out either.
Mm-hmm. So survival. But that instead of us just going with survival, forget you, it's all about me, that's what
Mhm.
we've been trained and conditioned to do. We've been trained. Your husband was getting bucked in front of the whole plantation to
Mhm.
save his family. But then once he met Master's Rod in a different way, then all of a sudden your family was less than. But you don't know what he did to for the survival of his family. Again, we need to be stop being complacent with the labels of that crab in a barrel mentality, because the moment you continue to accept it, that's you're just doomed to repeat itself.
I believe that as well. You know, words have power, and you put that energy out there. I completely agree with it. You know, it should be more than when one make it out, we pull the other up.
That
But
part.
I mean, you can go on back to the Frederick Douglasses and all of them. You know how they give us our one, but
Mm-hmm.
how dirty his history really is, right? And the deals that he made to be who he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it wasn't a one make it out and pull the others up. It was one make it out, and then I'm gonna pick and choose
Who
who
I
gets
want to bring out. Yep.
up. Yeah. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Uh, Donna said I had to do it from a son. So LaSwain, we were only crabs in the bucket because of the construct. We have to break that. So totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
That may be true, but we don't have a sense of community. I agree. It is envious as well, Carl. We don't have
We
a sense.
don't.
Anytime where we can still have gangs, little black boys killing each other on the street for absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You don't own anything but the clothes on your back. Okay.
That part.
You don't own that Section 8 apartment you living in. You don't own that car you driving because it belonged to your baby mama. You don't own nothing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you fighting over? And you
That
said
part.
killing each other. In the world that we're living in today, you're killing someone who looks just like you. And
Yep.
it's open season on y'all. Like, are you kidding
Mm-hmm.
me? Listen, we have literally belittled ourselves to be on their level. Our people breastfed their children. What other people can do that? That is so true. Those pictures activate me. LaSwain agrees with you, Rocky. Yes, Vanessa, the reason we didn't stand and unite is because the plan to cause division and mistrust in the Black community was masterfully done. It was.
It
It,
was. And sprinkled some crack. It was a whole epidemic.
don't get me started on the crack epidemic. Carl LaSwain says also crabs are meant to be in that environment, like we aren't meant to be in this environment. Okay. Oh, you went deep on us.
Mm-hmm.
Donna, no, because we are keeping each other down, not helping each other get out. Exactly.
Amen.
It comes back to the nuclear family. The father, Rocky, the father is an important part of the family as well. So we have a sense of community and not that mentality.
So
Exactly.
So look, and Rocky, you speaking this, you giving life, and this is why we do what we do here at TDT. So I'm gonna hold all of y'all accountable. Reach one, teach one, invite people, share our content. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to reestablish the community because we got some dumbasses telling us what to do. And they can't even keep their husband happy and not slapping the taste out of people's mouth on goddamn television. I mean, come on, let's call a spade a spade.
Who did that? Who didn't do that? That's the
Yeah.
question.
Mm,
Okay.
I'm mind my
Yeah.
business. But I'm just saying, we're looking for that. Me and Sharon don't got the answers to everything. We're not the end all be all. Who's and
That's
however we can spark a change. What we can do is create a safe place where conversations can be had. Because it's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about that people aren't aware of. And one thing we don't do is hold each other accountable.
Absolutely. The Swain says, you know how I move, bro. It's too real for people, though. You know,
That part.
I completely understand. Everybody's not ready, and everybody's not going to be able to go.
Yep. I
And
agree.
that just is what it is. But the people who are ready and the people who want to go, come on.
Come on to the room.
And
Come
we'll
join
stop
us.
and we'll stop speaking in code and have a real conversation, right?
That's what I would love to have. One day where we can talk on TDT and just be open and honest than what we already are.
Yes, we are, but yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, another great show. What's your
Great
takeaways?
show.
Let me say what my takeaways are. Let me start with this. Because if you go to cutting up, I'm gonna cut you off, okay? And I'm gonna hang up on him tonight if he go to cutting up. I'm just trying to
It'd be
say.
good.
Look, here's my thing. My thing is this, although Roe versus Wade was overturned, we got some more good comments. Y'all is giving us life. It's the fear of unity, because once we unite, they break us apart again. Absolutely. Rocky, we need more Black male therapists. We do. I am so trying to hire one right now because I keep getting these referrals, and I know that the Black men who are requesting services need to speak to a Black man. I can help them, but not as great as a Black man can. So trying to hire one right now, see how that works. So but thank you guys. So my takeaways would be we have to acknowledge that we have come a long way since the field of slavery, but really not really though. Really not really. We really haven't. We really haven't. And it's ridiculous that in 2022, there is a way for Roe versus Wade to even be overturned. That's all ridiculous. Excuse me. But as a culture, what are we doing as a culture of people? Like this overturning of this law, actually, if we were united as a culture and doing what we need to do, it wouldn't impact us at all. It wouldn't bother us at all, because we would be responsible in our reproductive activities, right? And then we would be creating life so that we can continue to be a people and have existence and longevity on this earth, right? Building, creating new kings and queens, to take over generational wealth, right? If we were doing things decent, right, and in order. So, I always have to hold ourselves accountable. I got to bring it and put it back on us. We have to be better. These 20-year-old boys out here killing each other on the streets, like every week. There's some 20, 25-year-old boy that then killed another one in Wilmington. And I'm like, y'all, this is Wilmington. We got 2 beaches. You're not that hard here, okay? We got 2 beaches and a whole river. You're not that hard here. We got a couple of projects, like 2. I mean, come on. You're not that hard here. We need to do better.
Yep. My takeaway.
Oh God. Why am I nervous?
Do you want me to be PG-13? Because this was a very serious conversation.
You do whatever you feel like you need to do. You take us all home on this Friday night, because we all done stayed up. I filled my cup up like 2-3 times. Okay.
And I drank a whole Mason cup full. My takeaway is we find solitude and we find a sense of warmth in being directed. And it's because of that solitude we've been allowed to be out of the box thinkers. It's out of the box thinkers that can spark a change. But society has found a way to manipulate us. They've shown us the comfort, that warm embrace of your mother, to just be blindly led. And at some point, y'all got to say, damn it, enough is enough. A white person, to all my allies, I apologize, this ain't intended to offend you, and if it does, you need to look a little further in, okay? But white people will never understand a Black person's struggle. Just like I would never understand what it is to have blonde hair or blue eyes, even if I pay for contacts or a chemical process that will alter the pigmentation of my hair follicles that will allow me a brief, temporarily 6 to 8 month resolution of blonde.
We
Yeah, went to school for hair as well. Baby, you better ask about me. Google me, baby, because god damn it, I'm the shit. Um, but we've been conditioned, we've been trained to find solitude in our discomfort. And the only time people want to make a change or make a ruckus, I got you, Swain. I'm about to hone it right on in with the rated R. It's when it affects your ass or somebody's ass that you know. Somebody used to sleep with 6 years ago.
Oh my, here we go.
That's when you care. We always want to talk about the white man and what the white man has done for us lately. But what about the black people? What has your cousin done for you? What has your barber done for you? Who's feeding into your soul? Y'all like to be ghetto by your goddamn self. I am unapologetically ghetto, but I'm educated about my shit. But I didn't allow my upbringing to be my final story. And if you stay on Section 8 longer than damn, Section 8 is a come up, people, not a resting place, okay? Wade versus Roe was that's messed up. But what else has to be snatched away from your ass before you wake up? What else does the government have to do to show you that they don't care? How many of y'all got more cheeks than foe? Because you slap me on my ass, I'm gonna think it's kinky. You slap me in the face, and I'm gonna think it's real disrespectful. So you only slapping 2 cheeks before I punch the shit out of you. That's just me. I'm with the freaky shit, but not that disrespectful shit. Ain't with that. So y'all, what else are we gonna allow? That's my takeaway. What else are you willing to jeopardize your happiness for, your marriage, your children? What else are you willing to lose for your solidarity, for your comfort? That's all I want to know.
All right, look, y'all, he remained on his bestest behavior.
I did.
You did. Taking us out the door, Rocky says, yes. Carl, let the church say amen. I'm up.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Amen. LaSwain, they don't care as long as they keep getting them stimmus.
Oh, sorry. Pause. Y'all, hold people accountable. Grandpa Joe Biden said he was going to remove my damn educational loans. We need to hold these white people accountable. They want to hold us accountable.
Stipulations on that loan forgiveness mess.
And the part that really behooved me, the first people to get a damn break on that was people with disabilities. They was missing a finger, a toe.
Really?
How was y'all first? I was promised 40 acres and a damn mule. I ain't seen Hee-Haw's ass yet. And I ain't seen no land that is mine. I'm just saying.
Oh, yes, right.
Just saying.
Black people are too forgiving of white people. You know, we're too forgiving of what has happened to us in our history. So much so today we want to act like it never happened, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We want it all to be kumbaya, which is wonderful. I really wish it could be that way. But when I have to deal with these daily microaggressions, you know, not all white people are bad, okay?
No, I got some cool ass neighbors. They family. Love them.
Yes.
Love them.
I don't have a problem with other cultures. I only have a problem with people in other cultures who try me, you know, who are racist and all this other terrible stuff. Because they do still exist. Not gonna sit here and act like they don't. They do.
That part.
Vanessa, I wonder how much Black wealth and culture information would we find out if the Black cities they put underwater, okay, and still underwater today would be brought back to the surface. My. Flint still don't have clean water. Stop playing. They ain't fixed the water in Flint yet.
Hell no.
Are
And
you serious?
give their ass 2 more years, and we gonna have little mermaids and Sebastians over in Flint, Michigan. They gonna morph into some damn sea creatures because that's some shit over there.
Okay.
Like they took a whole, like they remixing a whole county over there. Y'all, Flint, Michigan look like I'll be damned. Y'all heard of I'll be sure? That's I'll be damned. That's some shit over there.
Father, I had no clue. I thought they fixed the water in Flint, y'all. Nasty. They bucked them and degraded them in front of their family and peers. They did that. Yeah, they did that. Just to,
And they doing it now, y'all. They is raping us with no lubrication. Y'all, we ain't even worth a $20 bill on the nightstand.
Can we say that black rappers is the new bucking?
Can we talk about it? Because y'all, what my godson called it, sus, and zesty. That's the new suspicious activities. But Young Thug was over here looking like a ghetto ass version of young Little House on the Prairie member. We got Jay-Z acting like he elusive. Kanye West showed up to the damn BET Awards looking like a black saran wrap. I'll be damned.
I ain't even watch it. Donna, I'm gonna have to watch it. She sent me a link on materialism in the black community. Naisha, but what does holding each other accountable look like when several don't want to admit there's an issue? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'll tell you what it looked like. Telling it like it T.I. is. Everybody want to sit here and claim that they real, they keep it 100, but won't tell you when your damn breath stink. I got people that be talking to me. First of all, I got a lazy eye. So if you sitting here and your breath is whooping my lazy eye's ass, that's unacceptable. That's what holding accountable, bruh. Back your funky breath ass. What you been, bruh. That's accountability. Telling somebody what they don't want to hear. It may be out of a place of love. It may be out of a place of offense because, y'all, the mask mandate has been lifted.
Sometimes you need to be offended.
Sometimes you need to be offended.
Help me get this message across to you. I try to say it nicely, you know. If I have to be stronger in my approach and that offends you, I don't think it's intentional. But if it offends you, I'm sorry. You should have listened the first time.
Because being offended means there's something about your ass that needs to change.
I'm about to remove slang.
Like your breath smelling like hot ass and Frito-Lays. This mask mandate has been lifted, and some of y'all have forgotten that. You were smelling your breath. But when you tell me that my total is 1775 and my eye is over here already starting my car, bitch, that's offensive.
What?
My man, have y'all, first of all, now that's some real shit. That's how we hold somebody accountable. You take a piece of gum off the rack, like swallow this, marinate it in the back of your throat, because something died on your palate.
I cannot.
Just saying.
I cannot. So Rocky says, so can we hold people accountable about having a lot of children on the system? You know, I think we should.
We should.
He said,
hell, we need to pull like China. First of all, why are we over here acting like the ghetto ass cousins of China? China got a stipulation, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. You have 4 children. Anything other than that, your ass gonna pay. I bet you will pick and choose who you piping down. I bet you pick and choose who gonna have a hot girl summer. Right. When your ass is accountable because you done reached your quota in 2020. Now you're on your 7th child. Shit, that's what we need to do. Hold people accountable.
No, they don't even let you get that far. They pump your brakes, you know.
Real quick.
You're right. Holding people accountable can look very different, and it can look harsh. It can look like we're trying to control our society, but we need some rules, you know. We need
regulations.
We need some cultural rules, you know. If I can say what happens in this house and you finish it for me, we need to have those type of rules in our culture. We just do to help.
We need people. Better. We need people in to help with these rules that smell like jojoba oil, cocoa butter, blue magic. That's who we need.
Yes, the old school ones, right? The organic.
We need some people, some females in there that the nape of their neck has been touched with the fire that can cleanse homes and souls. That's what we need. Yeah, we need, I mean, and that's just being honest. Every skin folk ain't kinfolk, and everybody black ain't blickety black. It's
Yeah.
true.
If
It's
yes.
true. Sharon was raised in the suburbs. I was raised in the ghettos.
If you have never put grease on the back of your hand when you was doing somebody's hair, you might not be able to come. Okay.
If you have not had to make a decision between top ramen and a magnum, you don't need to make the decision. Those were critical life situations right there.
Yes.
To eat or beat them cakes. That is the question.
Look,
That's all I'm saying.
if you don't know what Boone's Farm and Mad Dog,
2020.
if you don't know what those two things are, you might not be.
If you don't know where Usher was at 7:00, if you don't know what brought everybody to the yard,
Yes.
if you don't know what pull over means, okay, then you don't need to be making decisions.
Yes.
If you've never been hit so hard in the church parking lot before the 7 a.m. service, you don't need to make decisions because that means your life was easy. It was given to you.
The pink lotion, okay.
That part.
What pink lotion is, okay.
That part.
We do Wild Irish Rose, okay.
Baby.
Even if you never partaketh in those things, you need to know what they are. And if you don't, you might not be able to come. Yeah.
And I'm saying, if you don't know the difference between endo, outdo, sticky, icky, perp, haze, if you don't know who Puff Puff the Magic Dragon is, okay? If you don't hear that love and happiness and think about your grandparents, you don't need to make decisions.
And start hearing the stomping, right?
You don't need to make decisions. Just saying.
Exactly. We got to get our leaders in check. It's terrible.
We do.
We're talking about MLK and Malcolm X. They've been dead all of my life. Okay.
We need to bring Michelle. Get Michelle back.
Michelle at?
Hell, bring them on back to the house. Bring them to the cookout. We
need new leaders, y'all.
We do. Okay, look, y'all. I got a party to go to in the morning, and I'm cooking.
We love y'all, but we gotta go.
We do. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. 3 T's, no lie.
Thank you. Tune in next week. Same black channel, same black host, and we'll holler at you at the same black time. Bye.